jazz. This smooth jazz is kind of putting me in mind. This is the show we call Flush After Listening. You can flush it. You can let it linger for a little while, but we do recommend that you flush it. Ooh.
The way you say smooth jazz with that music sounds like the beginning of a porno movie.
Well, that's kind of where I'm going with this tonight. You know what's coming up real soon, don't you? You know what holiday's coming up real soon? It's coming up.
Yeah, Valentine's Day.
Yeah, baby.
Chocolate and diamond ring.
Yeah, baby.
You can grab a piece that very same night.
Wee, Valentine's Day. We gonna have some Valentine's Day coming up real soon. And you know, Dennis, what happens on Valentine's Day. During the Valentine's Day, what happens is every guy gets some candy. He gets some chocolate. Try to get a piece of ass.
It's more commercialized than Christmas.
How come it isn't that the woman has to woo the man on Valentine's Day?
Well, because we're going by old tradition here. The new women's movement has not quite got into it yet.
Oh, the livers.
And they don't want to really change things.
You mean the livers? The livers.
Yep, the livers.
Livers. You
know, the ones that wear costumes making them look like a giant vagina.
Giant vagina. Oh, that's great. I think I'd run from a giant vagina. I think I might be terribly afraid of a giant vagina, Dennis O'Connor. I'm not sure, excuse me, I don't know how I would respond to a giant
Well, they got a
vagina.
picture of Nancy Pelosi's, and hers has teeth.
Oof. Well, the reason I bring this up is because it is almost Valentine's. Listen to Max. She's got... folks listening, you're going to hear bells in the background. You're going to hear a large Scarlet Macaw. She likes to talk, so any background noise, we're not worrying about it. It's all natural. We're not worrying. This is not an overproduced fucking show. So, anyway... The Valentine's Day thing comes to my mind, Dennis, because I see a lot of things on Facebook. I see things during the day. I hear things during the day. People talking. Everybody's excited. My question is really this. Why is it that we, and I'm going back to my original question, why is it that we have to appease the women during this? You know fucking full well, let me finish. You know full fucking well that no matter what we do as men, it will never be enough. And women are going, Dave, take it easy. No, women, think about it, really. The chicks out there that are really in tune to things, Dennis, are going to agree with me. They're going to say women are a pain in the ass. And I know those women that are saying that right now. But it's true, Dennis. Like, how much more can we possibly do? You don't show me enough affection. You don't care. You don't show it.
Well, you got to understand, Dave. Valentine's Day is the confessional for all men for everything they did wrong for the previous year.
Fuck that.
Well, that's what it is.
This is
so they can delay their guilt for all these things that they were accused of, and they may not have ever done them. But the accusation was there. They put up with it for a year. So now what happens is, thanks to the commercialization of Valentine's Day, they are now able to give candy and flowers and a candlelight dinner. Ooh. So they can be forgiven for their sins of the previous year.
So it's kind of like going into the confessional in a sense.
Yeah, that's why I said it's a confessional for men.
Well, I guess
absolution.
Yeah, absolution. That's the word I was looking for. There you go. You hit that fucking proverbial nail on the head. But why do we have to keep on doing?
Women keep on demanding.
You know, but also because we keep doing. If we stop doing, maybe it would be right.
It's a vicious circle, so somebody's got to step out of the circle and say, enough is enough. It's over.
Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the one. Maybe I'm the one that has to step out of the circle and say, enough is enough.
You know, you may think it has little golden flakes all around it, but it's just the same as all the other 55 million of them out there.
It's funny, though, because only some work with the other part. And I think that's what holds us up. I think we find that special one. And then that little part is special to us. That's what grabs us. That's what hooks. That's the hook. That's like a great song, Dennis. A great song always has the greatest hook. The hook is what grabs you. It's that chorus, that hook. It just works for you. So a vagina, pussy, that works for you is like a good hook. It's like a good chorus, a good song. It's like a good part of a song that hooks you. Like, I'm trying to think of a great song. I'm thinking of that Dean Martin song that we used to use. Valare, la 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 la. Everybody's going, Dave, you're too young for that. But no, it's a hook. Like if you walk away from that song,
why do you think they use it as a leverage?
But you're not going to remember anything Dean said in the rest of the song. You're only going to walk away from it going, Valare. Whoa, 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 whoa. And I don't even know the rest of the words. It doesn't matter. It's the same with that pussy.
Yeah. They use it like a leverage.
You don't remember anything they said, anything other than the chorus. And the chorus is, that pussy. So you fall in. And there you go. You're hooked. It's like heroin. Kind of like, and in some cases, if it's bad, like heroin, it's hard to get over it. You almost do have to go to rehab to get away from it. It's kind of hard to quit bad poontang. And I don't mean bad meaning.
Where do you go to? Pussies Anonymous?
Maybe we have to start that. Pussy Anonymous. You know?
Well, actually, probably call it Vagina No More.
I think the Little Rascals said it best when they said the He-Man Women Haters Club. I think that was the best way to say it. The Little Rascals were way ahead of their time. Remember Darla tried to get into the He-Man Woman Haters Club? How in the fuck can a woman get into the He-Man Woman Haters Club? That's kind of what Spanky said. But Alfalfa, now see, Alfalfa, he was a soft shoe. He fell for it, and he was going to bring Darla in. And he distanced himself. You know people do this too. I'm kind of using a play on words here in situations. I'm kind of masterly crafting my point here. They distanced themselves from friends, relatives, closest people to them. Why do they do that? For one reason. We know why. Pussy. So,
by bringing Darla into the He-Man Woman Haters Club, Alfalfa then received absolution from Darla.
Yeah, but
he... In already pate filia spiritus stanti. You are absolved of all your bad stuff, Alfalfa.
But he lost his clout with his buddies. You know,
he didn't care. They weren't poontang.
That's exactly what happens to us. We're like zombies. Ooh. Instead of saying brains, we say pussy. We just mull around with our brains not working right. We get ourselves so whooped up in thinking we can... You know what we think too, Dennis? We think we can go in and change the situation until that thing comes out of the pants. Not our thing, their thing. And then we're like, it's like... We're putty. We're like goo. We're just reduced to just like nothing. We lose our strength. Look, men have fought wars for millions of years, right? Maybe not millions, but they've fought wars for a long time. And even in fighting wars, men are weak against a woman in a situation. We've been barbaric. We hit each other.
They fought wars over women. Look at Helen of Troy.
Well, you know, the biggest thing men fought for over centuries for is land and pussy. They killed their own... What's his face? Killed his own brother to get a piece of ass. I mean...
Cain and Abel?
One of them, yeah, maybe that's it. He was able to do it.
Yeah, I mean, there weren't that many around back then. I mean...
Bullshit.
Competition was pretty high.
Bullshit, there was a lot of them that were just fat and ugly and one-eyed. missing teeth. If you found one that had all her teeth, wasn't 300 pounds, and didn't stink like a rotten catfish on a street corner.
Well, back then, they just threw a sheepskin over their head and
banged them.
Didn't work anymore.
Yeah. Instead of the bag, they used the sheepskin. It's ridiculous. We'll kill each other, men. Men hit each other with clubs, shoot each other with guns, and...
Well, you know why Neanderthals clubbed those women, don't you?
I don't know.
To shut them the fuck up.
That's the only way it worked.
They got so tired of listening to them.
Well...
They just banged them upside the head and then banged them literally, and they didn't have to listen to nothing.
Now you see what happened now. Now we shut them up by handing them things on Valentine's Day. See?
Yes.
Right. Soft shoe.
Expensive chocolates.
Yeah, those Candy Andes or whatever the fuck they're called.
And then, unfortunately, we wonder why this bitch bloated up to 740 pounds after 20 years.
Yeah, the ones that are smart don't. They stick around and they're playing the field. Here's a question for you. This will kind of fall in line with this. You and I, not separately, but you or I, let me rephrase this statement. You or I can go into a bar, and I've been able to do it a couple of times in my life. I don't know about you. You can say later. You and I walk into a bar, or you or I. What the fuck am I doing? Either one of us walks into a bar. We're sitting at the bar. Some broad's not going to be buying our drinks. Most cases. Now, some guys like fucking Brad Pitt or George Clooney's, they may pull it off. And I've pulled it off only a couple of times. But, any half-decent broad comes walking into the bar, especially if she's got a pair of bangers on her, a pair of knockers that'll fall you over from a foot away. If she comes walking in with a low-cut top and a semi-decent body and even a half-decent face, and she sits at that bar, Dennis, you and I both know, fucking guys will be buying her drinks till the cows come home. She doesn't even have to bring a $5 bill with her.
Well, that's the reason she went in there. Free drinks.
And I know some that do. So it just proves my case. Men are stupid. Stupid. When it comes down to pussy.
Oh, yeah, they think for a couple $5 watered-down drinks, they're going to get somebody to go home with them
and
that
these broads,
night.
most of them...
Now, if she's got crooked teeth, missing teeth, has bad breath, hasn't washed in a week, you can probably take her home after two $5 watered-down drinks.
Who the fuck
but
wants
some gorgeous models type, well-built, and 10 out of 10... She's just going to take your drinks and drink them.
I'm telling you this right now. Even a half-decent woman that's not all that, let's say a 5 out of 10, she's not going home with you neither. You're fucked. Listen, you're tossing yourself off to a shitty porn about 11:45 at night, half buzzed, and thinking to yourself, I spent $190 at the bar. I can't believe half of it went to that piece of shit broad. I didn't even get a hand job. You didn't get a hand job. You got jerked off, all right. Not physically, but literally.
And guys got to realize, if that's the only way you can find somebody is to go to a bar and buy them drinks,
you're fucked.
You're going to end up with the number 1s and 2s. You're not going to end up with the 9s and 10s.
Yeah, well, you're also going to wind up with somebody that isn't that much of a person of caliber. You're going to wind up with some slob.
No, she's in there because she's really not interested in the drink. She just wants somebody to take her home and tell her she looks pretty.
Well, I can play the other side of this. There are some women, they're loose women, Dennis O'Connor, that like to go to a bar because they like to fuck. Like they'll go home with
that's kind of what I was just saying.
Yeah, they'll go to the first guy. They go there for that reason. Yeah, they'll go with the first guy that shows them an inkling. Interest, yes. And this is the way it goes. I mean, I'm sure we're talking. Let me say this right now, girls, women, ladies that are listening are starting to ready to get the pitchforks out and the torches and come after Frankenstein Dave, Frankenstein me. Hang on for a second. I'm only going from the perspective of a man. Dennis and I are men. We don't know it from your perspective. Now, women may have a reverse side to this, and I'm sure they do, of uppity men, stuck-up metrosexuals and these Porsche-type yuppie diggly-doos. These guys that think they're the cat's meow. Women may have a reverse story of this. They may have a justifiable, substantial story and a credible story about how men do the same thing, Dennis. I don't know. I'm not a woman. I've never had to try to take a man home from a fucking bar, so I don't fucking know.
I don't know either. But I suppose if you look at statistics, probably there are some out there.
Wait a minute. Did you just say look at her tits? Is that what you said?
No,
if you look
statistics.
Statistics. Okay. Heavens to Megatride, Dennis. I just, in my head, I get this Ralph Cramden Alice thing, Norton! It's like this whole Alice one day! It's like so different.
I picture Bruce Jenner hanging out in bars now.
Well, you know what? He's a whole different. We talked about him the other night. He's a whole different ballgame. He's a fucking idiot. I mean, he doesn't. I'm putting my wager down now, and I'm saying this on this recording that is going to be published to a public forum. I don't know why I keep using my fists in the camera tonight. I must be angry. Bruce Jenner is going to change coat. He's a turncoat. Like, what did the Joker say? Joker said in that one scene, "I know the squealers," and that one there, he's a squealer. He points at the camera. I know Bruce Jenner's a turncoat. He's going to want his cock back in 10 years. He's fucking confused.
He already does. He's already expressed remorse for that thing going in the garbage bin. Of
course he does. He's fucking confused. He's a confused person. I was going to say man. He's not a man. He's not a woman. He's a confused person. He's a half transformer. Even Transformers are fucking embarrassed of him. And then a real transformer goes, you know what? I'm a dude who doesn't want my cock anymore. I want 2 tits, a hole, and I want to fuck guys. I'm lopping it off and doesn't look back. He rides off into the sunset in that fucking horse and trots into the next century of woman transformerhood. But
not a horse. It's a pink unicorn.
Whatever it is. But he trots off into the next part of his life. No cock and balls. He's got a vagina now, which brings us back to the segue of the beginning of this show. And now he can go out and get Valentine's and drinks at the bar and all this other kind of shit. But a real transformer or a real changeover, whatever the fuck they call it, somebody who actually cuts it off and doesn't tape it underneath their ball sack, these guys, they go for it. They don't show remorse. There's no remorse. It means they really wanted to be a woman. I'm sure there's a percentage of them that have remorse, but this Bruce Jenner he's out for attention. He's Malouk. He's a fucking Mo. He doesn't know what he wants to be. He's a pretty good-looking woman, though. I'll say that. But I can't believe I just
still
said
looks
that.
Like Bruce Jenner to me.
Yeah, but he's not a bad-looking girl. Girl. Go back. Norton! I'm so confused here, Norton. I'm not sure what I'm looking at. I'm excited by Bruce.
Poor Jackie Gleason.
I'm not sure. Yeah. Ralphie boy, I don't know. You might be a fag. That's more Barney Rubble. Hey, Fred, let's go to the bowling alley. Barney, I think I'm gay. Well, Fred.
No, that's probably closer to becoming out of Homer Simpson.
Well, Fred, he doesn't have a dick anymore. That makes you not gay. I don't know. I'm resorting to cartoon imitations. This is ridiculous. When I started off on fucking Valentine's Day, and
we kind of got waylaid over a little bit.
Is Valentine's Day an actual recognized thing? Like, does it tied to some Catholic thing? Now I'm Catholic. Before everybody gets all mad at me, I am a Catholic. I go to church. But isn't the Catholic Church trying to capitalize on this some way, some shape, somehow? There's got to be some kind of saint thing going on that day.
Look at it this way. The Catholic Church owns a major stock of one of the basketball making companies. Makes sports equipment.
Wilson?
Like Spalding?
Spalding or Wilson, yeah, one of the two.
Yeah, So, yeah, I'm sure they're capitalizing on it somehow.
Well, how would they capitalize? What's that have to do with what the fuck does basketballs have to do with fucking Valentine's Day and the Catholic Church? Oh, you're saying just they're involved in everything anyway, so why shouldn't they have their hand in Valentine's Day?
That's what I'm saying. They got stock in everything.
But I mean, they always trump up some thing like there must be a obligatory day to go to church on Valentine's Day, because you know what you do when you go to church, Dennis? You have to reach into your pocket. There's got to be a holiday. I see you're looking into it, so you'll let me know. There's got to be a holiday in the Catholic Church or some sort of holy commitment day on the 14th of February. Is it the 14th? I got a funny story for you.
Well, there was a Saint Valentine of Rome. He was a widely recognized 3rd century Roman saint, commemorated on February 14th, and since the High Middle Ages is associated with a tradition of courtly love.
Okay.
Saint Valentine of Rome was a priest in Rome. He ministered to Christians who were persecuted there.
There we go. We got the Catholics tied in, so you will be in church on the 14th because it's a saint's holiday. See? I knew it was tied in somehow.
Yeah, and they took this courtly love a little too far with their altar boys.
February 14th is Valentine's Day for most people. February 14th.
That's the day that they celebrate St. Valentine.
February 14th for me is not Valentine's Day. I label it Independence Day. Valentine's Day, 2005, I stood in court with my attorney and got my divorce. So February 14, 2005 became Independence Day for me. I lost a big weight. So every February 14th, I think about that day and thank God.
Well, I got to thank St. Valentine.
Thanks St. Valentine and the Lord that I was removed of that tumorous relationship. So, as I said, though, I knew the Catholic Church was tied into it.
Well, think about it. Courtly love. You went to court on the same day and got your divorce.
There you go. Courtly love. See? It's all tied up. I told you.
It all ties in.
I always said, I'm going to take this plane up in the air and I'm going to land it just perfectly. I know.
So on February 14th, 2005, you were actually being a good Catholic boy.
Mm-hmm. I was in a courtly place.
Loving the hell out of it.
Loving it. All the words tied up. Yeah, I'm good. All kidding aside, though, folks, and this is no joke, I was divorced on February 14th, 2005. That's not a joke. That's my hand to God, Dennis. You know that. That's an absolute truth.
Yeah.
The attorney calls me and says, my friend, I'm not mentioning his name, but he calls me and he says, Dave, guess this is hysterical. He says, Dave, guess what? I said, what? He goes, we're going to be going into court on February 14th for, the finalization of the divorce. I said, okay. Well, that's Tuesday. He goes, no, he said, do you know what day that is? I said, that's Tuesday. He goes, no. Do you know what day that is? I said, yeah, it's Tuesday. February 14th, this Tuesday, coming. Dude, it's Valentine's Day. I'm like, oh, fuck. Really? So the irony of it is I ended my very...
You got the gift that day.
I did. My very, very short career in the...
Annals of marriage.
The binds of marriage. I ended it on that, ironically, on the most celebrated day of love. So obviously there was something wrong. Signs were all pointing that.
Yeah, for how long were you married? 13, 14 years?
Oh my God. It's more like 13 or 14 weeks. I was married for less than 3 years.
Oh, okay. But the thing of it is, it kind of appears, because the date never stuck in your mind, that you evidently must have forgotten February 14th for every one of those 3 years.
You know what? You're right. I mean, but I really don't. No, I never did. But I really don't put dates on. You know me. I don't put emphasis on holidays other than big ones like Christmas.
Your birthday.
And that's a pass. Christmas,
Your
Easter.
Birthday,
no, it's a pass.
Wait a minute. We talk about it, and you're like, well, I guess they'll probably throw a surprise party for me this year. I wonder who will be there.
They never
Maybe
do.
I should call Mom and have her invite.
They never
people
do.
I want to see.
They never fucking do, though. I've never had one yet. All the years I tell you, 10, 11 years I've been talking to you about this, it's never fucking happened. And listen, I'm 49. They could have done it on my 40th. They could have done it on my 45th.
They've been waiting for your 50th. They weren't sure you're going to make it.
In a pig's ass. That's never going to happen. You and I both know. I'll be sitting there tossing myself off on my 50th birthday. By myself, locked in a room, watching hardcore, or as Archie Bunker says, hardcore pornography.
Well, I haven't had a birthday party either in 37 years.
Yeah, you're not missing nothing. It's not all that great. And
it doesn't bother me.
Listen, if the birthday party entailed, 4 or 5 different pair of titties shaking around in my face, plenty of booze, box of cigars, a lot of friends, and a whole night of whatever the fuck I wanted to do, which is pretty much look at titties, smoke cigars, and drink. If that was the night, boom, I would enjoy it. But then as for me to sit around with a bunch of moes and them to be saying, "This is your birthday to you. Happy birthday!" Who gives a fuck? It's another number. Listen, I'm not gonna feel any different at 59 as I do at 49. Except maybe my dick isn't gonna work as good. I hope. Take that back. Knock on wood. Well,
you definitely ain't gonna be like a hyena and do it 6 times a day.
No, well,
of course, that's the reason why they laugh all the time.
I might. Who knows? But I mean, like, I'm going to ache a little more. I'm going to be a little more gray, a little more wrinkled. But it's just fucking numbers, man.
Well, you can't get many more wrinkles, Dave.
I know.
You're starting to look like a well-worn rug as it is.
I know. I'm starting to look like a fucking... Remember back in the day, kids used to use brown bags as their book covers, be dragging them up and down the street? Starting to look like a fucking 1979 brown bag kids science book cover. It's ridiculous. It's all that fucking smoking. Yeah, listen, I'm holding my own at 49. I'm still here. I can still... Well, this is a little personal, but I can still do that. I can still do this. And I can do all those things.
And look at me. I'm 21 years older than you.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how the fuck you're doing it.
I just keep plodding on.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you're doing.
Well, and the thing of it is, back in the days there, before I started drawing Social Security, I was working 5, 6, 7 days a week. I didn't think about what day it was, what the holiday was. It didn't make any difference.
Yeah, no, you don't really bother.
And
with
I think when you think about it, when you constantly remind yourself, oh shoot, Christmas is only 281 days from now. And my birthday is, holy mackerel, it's 172 days is all that's left of my birthday. You think about this crap and you make yourself older.
Yeah, but at your age, you sit back and you say to yourself, do you think about, like, a lot of mistakes? Do you think about how things could be different? Or do you just don't give a fuck and you just keep on moving on?
I really don't give a shit. I don't look on the past. The past is past. You can't change it. There's no sense regretting it. It's gone.
Yeah, the past is a canceled check. It's pretty much done.
Yeah.
I think that...
And I don't worry that much about tomorrow. I kind of live things day by day. I take it day by day.
You can't do anything about tomorrow. It's going to come. It's going to come just like the sun's going to rise. There's no difference. People get so caught up. This is my thing about Facebook with all these fucking... Here's another thing. Aside from Facebook with all these fucking memes and all these philosophical people that can't fix their own fucking problems, what pisses me off is, especially on the radio here locally, you got these fucking DJs at the end of their stint on the radio. Like back when I was DJing on the radio, Dennis, we had to actually spin records. We had to actually work mixers. We had to talk. We had to put songs together. These guys just push a button on a fucking MP3 player. But at the end of their stint, at the end of their shift, they say their last thing before they play their last song and the next DJ comes in. It's always this whole thing about, and remember, folks, tomorrow, say the best you can be and be the best you can be. And smile, God, for sake, God, and be good to people and do something nice just for the goodness of your heart. And remember, we're all in this thing together. Dude, you're fucking pushing an MP3 player. You're basically just pushing a button. You're a fucking DJ. Who made you Aristotle and Plato overnight? Like, your theories on the fucking radio don't mean shit to me. Meanwhile, the guy's probably a fucking womanizing, abusive alcoholic who hates people, and as soon as he shuts the mic off, he goes, oh, thank God I'm off that channel.
Abusive. You used to be a DJ, didn't you?
A different kind of DJ. I mean, in a sense, I'm still a DJ. I'm here pushing fucking buttons. But they're so caught up in themselves. I mean, they shut that mic off. They go, oh, fuck. I'm so fucking glad I'm off the radio. I don't have to have that voice. I don't have to listen to these pricks that call in. I fucking hate people. They're saying that as soon as they fucking shut the microphone off. They go home and they lock themselves in a room. They don't listen to music. They don't think about music. They don't want to talk to anybody. Oh, the grab ass and games. It's ridiculous. Hey, tonight we're going to be out there at Flanagan's Bar out on 109 on the Causeway. We're going to be out there giving out prizes. We're going to be having a great night. Come on out and see us and free drinks. And the prize patrol will be out there and they will all say hi.
And that was going on the boardwalk during when we had one of our Detective Paloozas.
What?
That's where everybody got their Sailor Jerry tattoo and all that kind of crap.
Yeah. Come on up to the boardwalk in Atlantic City. Come on up to BBBBBB channel. Blah, 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 blah. And you can come up, you can shake my hand, you can jerk me off, and I'll give you some free tickets for some cotton candy up there at Snuggigan's.
Did you carve that tiki behind you?
No, I did not.
Oh.
No, that's pure Hawaii.
Okay, it was rather phallic looking, so I thought maybe you carved it.
But yeah, anyway, DJs are... That's a crapola. This is crapola. If anybody's listening to this right now, then they got to be either desperate, stupid, or drunk. And if you believe anything I'm telling you... that Bruce Springsteen, I told you about this, the Bruce Springsteen on Broadway. It was really good. The funniest thing about it is Bruce curses a lot. I mean, he uses a lot of the F words. He uses a lot of four-letter words, as they fucking say. And by the way, curses aren't only 4 letters. Asshole is more than 4 letters. But the thing I find funny about it is a lot of people got mad at Bruce Springsteen for that Broadway performance because Bruce, in the performance, kind of poked fun at the fact that he said, here's the guy telling you about going around the world, I'm the born to run guy. I'm the guy who's always running everywhere. I'm all over the place. He goes, I currently live less than 5 miles from my original hometown. And he kind of he said that all the music and the lyrics, he made them up. Those weren't real experiences. He didn't really do those things. So everybody's mad. Everybody's like, yeah, how dare he make a song up and make us believe that he lived that? Well, that's the beauty of a songwriter or a storyteller. I'm going to give you a fucking heads up, folks. John Steinbeck wasn't running through the fields with Lenny and George. It wasn't involved. John Steinbeck was not under a bridge with Mom in the Grapes of Wrath. Or was that the Grapes of Wrath? Yeah. I mean, these are storytellers, folks. Keyword being story. Most of the stuff they're saying is coming from their imagination or other people's experience. The best writers, Charles Bukowski, another one, great writer. His stories all came from sitting in a bar, hearing bullshit stories, listening to the post office guy, listening to the sanitation worker. These people don't experience.
Like some politicians I know.
Well, yeah, but at least writers have some merit. They're actually worthwhile. They entertain us.
Well, except like Stephen King.
Do you think there's another one. Do you think all his movies, all his scripts, do you think all Francis Ford Coppola's movie ideas and scripts, these guys don't even write most of this stuff. It's presented to them by writers. But do you think the writers are actually living? I'm going to say probably 60 to 70% of the time, these stories are fabricated in somebody's mind. They're not true stories.
There are a lot of movies out there based on some actual facts.
Yeah.
But then the directors and the writers extrapolate from that small fact and create an entire movie out of it.
Well, they take one little thing and they build upon it, and that's a great thing about having a person that has a great imagination and is articulate in writing. So don't be mad at Bruce Springsteen for making up great music that you listened to for the past 35, 40 years, and now you're going to turn around and be mad at him. I mean, the fucking guy was a storyteller. He did a great job in presenting what he thought the public wanted to hear. And you believed him, you dumb fucks. So don't hold it under Bruce's ass, and everybody's going, yeah, of course he's going to protect Bruce. He's going to stand up for Bruce. Bruce is from the fucking Jersey. No. I would protect him if he was from fucking that freako state of California. Everybody's going, oh, fuck you. Fuck you, New Jersey. You just took a shot at California.
Everybody shoots at California.
Well, they're not going to be around much longer anyway. They're going to fall into the ocean. It's going to break off. It's going to snap off like a icicle on a roof on a 50-degree day.
Everybody is waiting. Waiting for that big one that just wipes out the entire state.
What's the over and under on that? Come on. It would take a earthquake of massive proportions. Epic. Dinosaurs would come back.
Well, what needs to be done is simply plant a few nuclear explosive devices along the San Andreas fault line.
Goodbye.
And get things moving a bit.
Yeah, just give it a little swift kick in the ass to get started.
Yep.
Then the dinosaurs will come back. We'll have Stegosaurus running around, Brontosaurus, Tyrannosaurus. Hey, Dennis, by the way, how do you stop a Stegosaurus from charging?
Take away his credit card.
Exactly. Now you got it. You're getting better at this.
Well, speaking of dinosaurs coming back, they are working, just like Jurassic Park, on trying to clone by extracting DNA from old bugs and animals caught in amber.
I like that. I would like to see that. I really would. They had a Tyrannosaurus Rex not walking around. It didn't walk, but it moved its things, its arms, little hands, and it mouth and head. And in the casino, they had the dinosaurs display. Same fucking thing. Monsters, Lon Chaney, Dracula, dinosaurs, the creature from the Black Lagoon, Bigfoot,
the
mummy. All of it's the same thing. But because as a young kid, it's all just that interesting to you. But they had the Tyrannosaurus, and he would yell, all this. It was fucking cool. I saw a thing on Facebook where a Tyrannosaurus was walking around the crowd, like a full-size one, mechanical. I would fucking love to see dinosaurs come back. You know how fucking cool that would be? If you could get a pet Tyrannosaurus Rex, let's say you can get it from an embryo, like a little baby, and you could train it not to hurt you. Like, you could train it to be an attack Tyrannosaurus. Could you imagine how you could fuck people's life up? Like, here comes a Tyrannosaurus, you got him on a leash, and you're mad, and you point to him and go, Tyranno, or Danny, whatever you call him, go ahead, Danny, stomp on that house. And the Tyrannosaurus gets mad, and he goes up and he stomps on the house, stomps on the car. He picks up somebody and bites their head off and spins them in the air. I mean, like...
Well, they can't pick up anybody.
Well, but
they have those little short arms. No, they don't do anything.
By the mouth. They pick them up by the mouth.
Well, they have to grab him by the mouth.
Yeah, throw him up in the air and bite his head off, spin him out, go after the rest of the family. You know how fucking cool it would be to have a fucking attack pet Tyrannosaurus? I mean,
I think I'd rather have a pterodactyl with a 40-foot wingspan.
Oh, either one. But see, then you'd have to ride on his back.
Everybody says, "Oh wow, I got this attack hawk." Fuck your attack hawk! Yeah. I got a pterodactyl, you asshole. You know,
fucking wingspan the size of a jet.
Dump, and your hawk is buried alive.
I mean, the only thing bad about having that as a pet is you have to get on top of it. You have to ride on it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't... Like a Tyrannosaurus, you could throw a fucking...
A little harness on it and a little saddle and...
Yeah, I guess.
Fly around.
Yeah, I guess you can, like, almost command them.
You land and you tie him off on a parking meter and put 50 cents in for 30 minutes. And
there you go.
Of course, he's got to come along with a dump truck and a huge big shovel when he's been standing there for 30 minutes. But
for all of them. I mean, my Tyrannosaurus Rex is the same deal. He's going to take a shit. It's going to fill up fucking parking lot. God, I'd love to have a pet attack Tyrannosaurus Rex. I could walk him around on a leash. He would be like subdued to me, but hard to people. Tear their heads off and spin them in the air. God, I'd love that. Anyway, we're getting too much onto that, and we're getting close to the end of our run here. We're just talking and gabbing on.
And I want to talk about Lon Chaney and Bela Lugosi.
Oh, well, that's meant for another show then. We have a whole other time. You can talk about them. You can talk about Abbott and Costello.
But they're sitting listening to us with bated breath for me to talk about them.
Go ahead. Say a rant about Bela.
I've lost my train of thought now.
Okay.
So go ahead and end the damn show.
All right, fuck the show then. That's fucking ended. Fuck this and fuck that. February 14th, Valentine's Day. Make sure you give in by, what is it?
Honor St. Valentine of Rome.
Right. And for myself and Mr. O'Connor, get the fuck, leave us alone. That's all I gotta say. Have a nice night. Wonderful, beautiful Valentine's Day. Be a sucker and buy some candy. Have fun. Later.
Bye.